Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch-along of New Zealand Kiwis versus Lebanon in the Rugby League World Cup. Let's hope for a good game, and hopefully, well, no one get a shock, but hopefully it'll be a good game of rugby nonetheless. Lebanon versus New Zealand, folks.
It is truly wonderful to be here tonight at Halliwell Jones Stadium. We are in the great rugby league town of Warrington, the ground just north of the city centre. And for those of you who don't know the geography, we're between Manchester and Liverpool and the county of Cheshire.
Here we go, Lebanon versus New Zealand, folks.
And Lebanon, the Kiwis and the Cedars on a Sunday night, Game 5 of the Rugby League World Cup. Halliwell Jones Stadium was the scene of a wonderful match at the 2013 World Cup. It was New Zealand versus Samoa, one of the games of the tournament.
So basically, folks, get your voting in before the game kicks off who you think is going to win, Lebanon or New Zealand.
First up tonight, the Kiwis and the Cedars, and we stand by for the national anthems.
Spell accept. This, and also we got a friend who's a deluded twat. You know, and now Luke's saying Chelsea are gonna crumble, and he's saying that, and he's also saying that Potter's not going to achieve anything in at his time with us.
As coach, but here with a number 1 ranked side going into the World Cup. We will stand by for the haka to be performed pre-match. What a moment this is before the first appearance of New Zealand at this World Cup.
This is weird. Bromwich, Jesse Bromwich. Jesse Bromwich is playing. Playing for Lebanon. I didn't even know he was playing for Lebanon. He didn't even sound Lebanese. But it might have been that he might have chosen to play for Lebanon over that. He might have made his.
Never fails to disappoint, does it? It inspires and gets you ready. New Zealand and Lebanon now just a last-minute warm-up with being commentary. A man who played no less than 29 test matches.
Oh, Luke, you're so deluded.
I'm excited, Bossy. I'm really excited. Like I was saying in the preamble, look, the tournament for me starts when New Zealand run out onto the pitch.
I can't believe he can't admit that Graham Potter this season is better than Klopp. League standings show otherwise.
As we check in on the Kiwis lineup. Big moment for Jeremy Marshall-King tonight, playing his debut off the bench. And for Lebanon, Mitchell Moses captains the side for the first time. Robbie Farah, who's now in the coaching staff, was captain at the 2017 World Cup. Grant Atkins referee for this one. Obviously, we have a distinct underdog in Lebanon. They automatically qualified for this World Cup by reaching the last 8 in 2017, and we're a little unlucky that time, going down to Tonga by just 2 points in the quarters. Michael Checker is now the coach. You see him there, centre of screen. Tony Ray to his left, to his right. Matt King, a much-loved figure here in Warrington from his days with the Wolves. It's a wonderful rugby league venue. They respect history, tradition. The moment you get outside the ground, the statue of Brian Bevan, the Wizard of Oz. There's Michael Maguire, Steve Price at his right. Assistant, another man well known to the Super League. The ground on Mike Gregory Way, honouring the late Great Britain captain and Warrington star. So the most inclusive World Cup has certainly been the centre of promotion. The 13 seconds highlighting togetherness and ready before Adam Dwayhe will get us underway for Lebanon.
I'm not being deluded, I'm actually talking facts. Potter at the moment is better than Klopp due to the fact that he's actually higher than him in the league.
On the southern stand and the western stand on the ground. And I think we're in for a good night, folks. Game 5 of the World Cup.
Come on, Lebanon! Game's underway. Lebanon versus New Zealand, folks.
From Adam Dwayhe, it's an absolute lottery. And Lebanon have managed to come up with a ball, so a little surprise tactic to start. Ground in fantastic condition, as you see. 30 minutes.
Oh my God!
New Zealand line.
These New Zealand players like ganging up in groups of 5s.
Adam from the West Tigers now would like to be pronounced as Dwayhe, and I'm sure the Lebanese community are happy with that. We respected his wishes when he wanted to be known as Dewey, but now Dwayhe it is at the cup. So early opportunity. Kazi has the dummy half duties, and the ball with Kalachi. Kane Kalachi, who captained this side mid-year in their international against Malta. Kazi right side, Dwayhe, and Moses a late decision to kick. Got a ricochet.
Go Lebanon!
And Lebanon, I reckon,
Lebanon! I've scored! What the fuck?
Has raced through to plant.
Nah. Am I dreaming? Am I asleep or something? Is it actually happening?
And Grant Atkins is sending it.
Have Lebanon actually scored?
Well, if New Zealand thought this was going to be your normal run-of-the-mill game, think again.
Video referee to match director. There is a live decision of a try on tackle 5. Can I please check all available angles? Firstly, offside from the kick.
Possession
Then
back.
we'll go through to the contest and the grounding.
Come on, Lebanon!
Find yourself with a kick, a little bit of luck, Possibly the first four.
Hello for South Africa. Thanks for covering this game, as I can't find television coverage of it where I am in Cape Town. That's fair enough. I do it just because not most people will be able to watch these games. So it's like...
all on side to the right, so we can play on. If we get something close on that, please.
And it looks like Lebanon might have scored against New Zealand.
Yeah, not played up. It's still tackle 5. We're playing on this point. Go back on this angle, please, just to confirm if the ball's stolen. So he has possession of the ball. Yeah, keep that angle, please. That same angle. Just vision of the ball. So go slow on this, please. Yeah, the first angle you just showed me then, just for the view of how the ball comes out. Tackle this one, please. Yeah, nice and slow.
And then Manu all get involved in the tackle.
And pulls the ball out. So I'm playing on from this point. So this is play on.
Oh, gee, I don't know. It's play on. I think
Who did Mitchell Moses play for?
possibly touched again.
Some random team.
Our video referee, Liam Moore, doesn't believe that Lebanon got another touch to it. And we're going to lock in the first try of the match. And just as Fiji did last night against Australia.
It's a try, folks. Lebanon are winning.
I've got to admit, Bossy, I don't know about that. I thought I saw another right hand in there. But look, they've sent out a message. If New Zealand thought it was going to be a normal run-of-the-mill game, think again. Short kick-off, kicking late at the line, numbers coming through. They had an overlap there as well. That's why Mitchell Moses put the late kick in. You can see him go all the way to the line there. What's he going to do? Last second, kicks it through. The ball goes to hand. Referee's seen that it's been pulled out. Sticking in the back of my throat, Sticking in the back of my throat, that one, Bossy.
I thought there might have been a little touch from Morkos on the way through. Moses to have the first shot. Highest points tally of his career this year for Parramatta in the NRL, and successful. Well, there you go. Lebanon 6, New Zealand 0.
6-0 Lebanon against New Zealand, folks.
Of the game in Australia, wonderful personality. Now in the veteran class, scores here for Lebanon.
Show some sign there though, New Zealand line backing up. When Mitchell Moses gets the ball, when he runs at the line, worries defences.
Jordan Rapana gets us back underway. New Zealand going with a more conventional long kick-off. But the Cedars will be feeling very good about themselves. I know there's lots of team spirit on show at the World Cup, but I doubt whether any side has greater morale than Lebanon. They're a very tight-knit group.
If Lebanon win this, then literally someone will be winning a lot of money.
We'll see Robbie Farah out on the ground, who captained them in 2017. This is their third World Cup. They played against New Zealand in their first match back in 2000. Good shot over the top there on Kalachi. Fisher Harris in the tackle, and Papali'i. And the kick from Moses from inside the 40. And back with Joey Manu. Certainly one of the players that is anticipated to be a star of the tournament. There was the shot on Kalachi over the top from Fisher Harris. Was given a week last week. New Zealand played a warm-up game against Leeds and a big win at that. The Penrith grand final contingent rested.
Why is that a bit? Is that weird? It should be British because it's on a BBC.
Is the starting dummy half. They will have Marshall King coming into the game off the bench.
But nobody who's Australian is going to be interested in watching New Zealand. It's only going to be people that are from New Zealand that are going to be interested.
With number 13 on his back. It's quite a...
That's a bit weird when there's a rivalry between Australia and New Zealand.
Their starting side, Tarpany and Fisher Harris. Kenny Bromwich with a kick through. And Carraz is back there for Lebanon, the young Canterbury Bulldog at fullback for Lebanon.
The only
4 minutes in and we have a 6-0 scoreline to Lebanon.
The only thing I just don't get about this commentator is he's going to have difficulty pronouncing all of these Lebanon players with that accent.
From Carraz, and this is a great chance for the Kiwis, 20 metres away from the Lebanon line.
It's one of those things that Lebanon do not want to do. They don't want to be giving up easy ball, leading the team like New Zealand into position.
Now Smith.
Ah!
Quick hands from Foreign. Tackle not made there by Mansour. And just like that, the Kiwis are 11 metres from the Lebanon line. Foreign with Brown. And dumped off there for Fisher Harris. Now 3 grand finals he's played. Part of the Penrith connection. Nice stepping from Joey Manu. Has excelled when he's got a chance at fullback. Bromwich off an offload. Has managed to
Try for... Oh, a try for New Zealand, but we're just having to wait.
Just checking. Referee Grant Atkins with his sideline official.
Yep.
We will refer the try. Kenny Bromwich is confident. And I think we'll be looking at 6-4 in just a moment.
Lack of a try on tackle 2. Can I please check all of the angles for Brandon, please? Can I watch the first one at full speed, please? It's a double movement decision. I want to watch it.
The Dolphins.
Kenny Bromwich in his 12th test tonight. Now 31 years of age.
Wow.
So he has possession of the ball.
Yeah, but good start, Lebanon. They generally have South African numbers when it comes to international rugby league. So I suppose I will support the Cedars. Interesting. Right.
Something slow. Just let this angle, yes, please.
We're just waiting to see if this.
Momentum always takes him towards the line. The tackle's not complete.
No, because I'm teaching him a thing or two. If he's going to be deluded and say something about Ireland when everyone else is literally talking about facts and everything like that, I'm willing to defend myself, and he's not getting it. And he called me deluded because I say Potter's better than Klopp. Potter is better than Klopp. Look at the league standings, and that shows the facts.
That will play with the new team in the NRL next year, the Dolphins, coached by the one and only Wayne Bennett.
Well, you were talking about his game intelligence before kickoff.
And he thinks Chelsea are not going to succeed this season.
Dylan Brown got into a little bit of trouble. He had no problem whatsoever, just tipping the ball onto Kenny Bromwich early in that set where Kenny just put a little kick through. Lebanon just falling guilty.
That guy is more deluded than me. And I say some weird things, but he's worse.
He's in traffic. Really, they've nearly got him to 0, and he's able to get the ball away. They've got to lock onto the New Zealand players when they get their opportunity and make sure that that tackle goes to 0.
It's Joey Manu. He had a number of games at fullback this year, but there was one particular game against the Canberra Raiders back in round 13 of the NRL. He had 31 runs of the ball, 17 tackle busts, and 7 offloads in the one game. Now, in fantasy leagues in the Supercoach, that was 7,425 points.
Spelt lying.
I'm making that
Were you
up.
playing?
I'm
Were you
up.
playing that?
It's 1,000,000 points.
Spelt lying.
It's a 6-all scoreline here. Kenny Bromwich has the first try of the Kiwis campaign. His brother Jesse is the captain, and that in itself is a wonderful thrill to have the two brothers playing for New Zealand.
I can tell you from experience, Bossy, that is
Lebanon are part of the MEA, which is Middle Eastern African, is a rugby international rugby league. So I wish them well. All right, that's interesting to learn facts.
Will be knock on first against New Zealand.
Someone in my chat, and that's actually quite interesting because it's something I didn't even know. So you're learning something every day.
just caught in traffic there, though.
That Lebanon are part of the MEA, which is the Middle East Africa in International Rugby League. So I wish them well. And that's someone who's living in watching the stream who's in South Africa.
Match director, we have a captain challenge. Can you show me all the best available angles you have to look at the ball and if there is a knock on first off New Zealand?
I can't believe GTR's fucking Luke does not know that he's admitting that he's not cocky when he's cocky all the time. Even you could back that up.
The first angle might be the best one.
That guy thinks every time Chelsea play Liverpool, he always thinks Liverpool are going to beat us every time. And it always seems to backfire on him because the guy's the most cockiest person in the world.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
Well, again, I don't know. I thought Abismisky, having watched the replay, Robbie may have touched it first. As I say, let's have controversy all the way through the World Cup. I think Jesse's saying, are you sure? Are you serious?
Looking at it again.
What the heck are they trying to look at? It's taking that long.
Whiskies, I got to admit, am I looking through rose-tinted glasses here? You know, silver fern glasses? Is that what I'm looking through? But I saw Miski's hand touching that first.
As it turns out,
Hey, but I'm not qualified.
the challenge has been barbecued by the Kiwi, so without a challenge for the rest of the match. And all over Moses. Oh, he's lost the ball as well. Well, that's the rugby league gods, I reckon, looking down and saying, video referee, you might have want to go back and watch a few of the decisions.
Interesting.
Mitchell Moses dropped the ball.
Giving him a little bit of a push on his teammate there, Parramatta teammate.
Well, what a time for Mitchell Moses. If you don't know the story, Jenny Meadows working sideline tonight and spoke with him pre-match. I mean, he became a dad for the first time a week out from the grand final. He then plays the first grand final of his life. Here he is skippering Lebanon.
Not going to be easy against New Zealand Kiwis.
He became a dad via Facebook Messenger.
She's a keeper, Robbie.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you.
Lock that down.
Oh, you never know. Shocks can always happen.
On a very serious note for Mitchell, he had the passing of his grandmother. He is the nephew, of course, of Ben Elias, great former kangaroo, and to Barbara Elias, I'm sure he is playing tonight as a tribute to her, dedicating the performance. There's Fisher Harris ripping into the Lebanese forward pack there. Kalachi was waiting for him. He wants a bit of redemption. Bromwich has knocked off his feet that time, and they've forced the error.
Wow, Bromwich has been knocked off his feet. Jeez.
Andrew Cassie got a piece of him. Bromwich says, well, I got no challenge. I got nothing left.
Little bubble there.
No, but it's the Lebanon player that basically knocked him.
But I tell you what, watch all the Lebanese players come together after this knock on. They know how.
But they're celebrating like he did
There's
it.
a real unification that you can see in that team as they're playing from the beginning.
See Khalil Rami there with a mullet. All business at the front, all fire at the back. He was fired up after the tackle. So Lebanon with the ball and taking it up to the key.
So he says, wow, so Mitchell Moses is Australian, but he's of Lebanon descent.
They want to hit their own scoreboard they are playing to, and we'll get a penalty here as a result of this tackle. A little bit of feelings crept into the game. Abismisky's okay after the tackle, and Papali, he just runs back to his mark. But it was an awkward-looking tackle. There was no need for the picking up of the leg, I don't feel, there.
No, I think the New Zealand players also, they realise the position.
So guys, let's get the question in the chat. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
You can't take a
And come on, Lebanon.
above the horizontal.
Ball into the terrace on the southern side of the ground. As I like to call it, the Rodney corner of Halliwell Jones. Great pub out the back here. And ball is with our mullet man, Rami. So they're 28 metres away from the line, Lebanon.
Wow.
Chance for a second try, possibly. Dwayhe linking up there with Miski. Playing with Wigan these days, having made his NRL debut with Manly a few seasons ago. Dwayhe across to Moses. The kick is a beauty. Right onto the chest of Mansour. And the sideline official flag is up. But gee, they got some tricks in their bag, Lebanon.
Wow.
They certainly do, but I've got to say some great work from Ronaldo Mulitalo there. He tracked his player.
Ronaldo.
Just watching him. And then took him over the
That's why he plays. That's why you play for a good club in Cronulla Sharks. Because you can do challenges like that.
We're loving the short kick.
Bosh.
Mitchell Moses has brought his NRL form to the World Cup in the first 11 minutes here. And now Bromwich back with it for the
Jeez, I'm definitely not going to miss one of New Zealand players. He's wearing bright blue boots. I'm not going to miss that on the pitch.
And if things go according to plan, those two sides would play in the the semi-finals, but that's way down the track at this
One of New
point.
Zealand players wearing wearing sky blue boots, which is quite bright. And I can actually notice him when he's quite from distance.
Play the ball. We'll get them up over halfway with Kenny Bromwich. And that is tackle number 5. Back for Brown.
Oh, that's a kick and a half.
And his kick not pinpoint, but it'll find Militalo, who's kept it.
Come on, Lebanon. Hanging on in there, Lebanon.
No restart of the tackle count. Tarpany offloads and an intercept at the end of it. I think it was Romanos who got in the way. A good scramble by Lebanon in the end.
Great scramble. I think for New Zealand, what they need to do is settle the game down. Maybe find a sideline. Bring the game back to 0. I think the game speed at this, and it's a little bit all over the place. It's choppy. I think that's playing into Lebanon's style of game plan right now. I think New Zealand want to go back to a very sort of more modularized, normal type of game. But it started right from that very first kickoff.
I like Lebanon's kick. Actually, was quite nice.
Robbie with the video referee on tries and on captain's challenges.
It creates a stoppage of momentum, doesn't it? I think one of the keys for New Zealand is this man just trying to do the chase.
Oh, what a kick!
Getting out of act in half.
Whoever kicks, who's doing all those kickings, you need to you're literally an absolute wildy.
It's a long way. It's a great advantage for Lebanon to have
Whoever's doing all the kickings from the
to
back.
the game. And Brown looking up with Manu. So well wrapped up there. That's an exceptional tackle by Tassafali on Manu. He's a professional tackle buster. That's what he puts down in his tax return as his profession. Now Smith with Bromwich, kept going, Brown and Kenny Bromwich, and then Nickel Klukstar there. Didn't play a lot of NRL in the second half of the season at the Canberra Raiders. He's off to the New Zealand.
Come on, Lebanon, hang on in there.
Brown's kick high. Carraz gets nowhere near it. It's got backspin on it, and it goes into the fence. Restart of play will be around about 25 metres away from the Lebanon line.
I think Ronaldo just playing for a little bit of gamesmanship there. Actually, we pushed the player over. The ball ended up behind him. So he obviously wasn't watching the ball at that point.
Tell you what, if Militalo brings his club form to the test stage, and he's only played the one test for New Zealand mid-year this year, he'll be the better performing Ronaldo in England today.
Oh my God, what? Oh my God, I never thought they were stooped to that level.
Yep, a little bit of a strip on a strip. Don't see that often.
Yeah, strippers in one.
The commentator went, who's going to be the better Ronaldo in England today? Ronaldo for New Zealand or Ronaldo for Manchester United?
Smile on his face. When he was put onto his rump there, that was a spirited charge.
Oh, that is hilarious. You can't compare the two. They play in completely different sports.
Kieran Foran, 32 years of age. Lebanon with a spread to the right.
It's like comparing Messi to Rafael Nadal. You can't compare them because they're in two different sports.
Question of that. Moses and Dwayhe kept going.
Come on, Lebanon!
Just 18 metres away from the line. Kazi back in field. Dwayhe Van. Nice hit and spin.
Tomorrow's match could be a battering.
Goa, the man wearing the number 8 for Lebanon. Kazi again.
I think tomorrow's match is going to be a battering.
Up tempo. But
Because it's France are playing Greece.
and that is quite a let off.
I'm liking absolutely everything I'm seeing from Lebanon at this point in time. They're moving the ball from left to right. They're not trying to outmuscle New Zealand in the middle of the park. They're playing to the edges and they're creating space on those edges. And they're not looking to push the pass. They're just looking to chew up yards and get good field position. Everything that they're doing is spot on.
Robbie, you've played a bit of rugby union in your past. It's one of the most incredible stories of the World Cup. Michael Cheika with dual duties, coaching Argentina, the National Rugby Union side, and here for Lebanon in the Rugby League.
You know, one of the things that he's world famous for is his man management, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
And now we've got a penalty the way of New Zealand. Adrian Hatkins all over it, an Australian referee here. James
Come on, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It is Lebanon 6, New Zealand 6.
Again, a soft landing. I think the referee handled it fine, and we can move on. Jesse Bromwich with the ball for New Zealand. 6-all scoreline. The Cedars scored the opening try of the match. And the reply was fairly swift from Kenny Bromwich. Now, Fisher Harris. The fans here, they're waiting for Nelson Asafa Solomona to come into the game. I saw some kids outside the ground when he arrived. They reckon they'd never seen something bigger. They thought it was a dinosaur arriving in Warrington. He is a giant of the game. So he's still to come. And a cross with Brown. Now Foran dumping it off inside that time with Papali'i. There's another brilliant...
Don't let New Zealand score.
Very strong New Zealand forward pack. Brown with it. The kick as Mansour ready. What a catch. Well, Atalo has taken it back. Nickel Klookstar is with the ball. But Lebanon again scramble. They find enough to hold the Kiwis out.
It's important that New Zealand don't lose their patience. They've been looking at this play. They've put a couple of kicks up to Ronaldo's wing now.
Good leap.
He makes that look easy, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy. That is not an easy skill.
Comparing Mulatalo to Ronaldo, probably Ronaldo, the footballer, will earn more in a week than poor old Mulatalo will earn in his life. But he's having a good start here.
Oh my God, the New Zealand players are just hunting around in packs.
17, Lebanon were winners over France, a game that Mitchell Moses was man of the match in. Made it through to the quarterfinals. They lost to the Kangaroos and also to England along the way, and then went down 24-22 to Tonga. And here is Moses kicking.
Oh my God, Mitchell Moses can kick for England, can kick anywhere.
Played in the first ever rugby league game indoors at Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. 22-all draw with the Cook Islands. Hassan El Masri, a star that day for Lebanon. Here's Rapana now with the ball.
So I can understand what Lebanon's game plan is, to just get the ball to Moses and just let him do all the kicking.
And now for Pedahiku. He's coming off a big year with the North Queensland Cowboys. They fell just short of the grand final appearance. Bromwich of the Kenny kind has got inside the 40.
Do not let New Zealand score.
Joe here, the Kiwis. Quick play down short side. Nickel Klookstar is with the ball. He's turned them around. He's 8 metres away from the line. Last tackle. Could have almost got a set restart there. Smith and Foran. Shallow kick. Rapana's there. Miski's knocked it forward. First knock on against Lebanon. This is still a red-hot opportunity for New Zealand.
Yeah, some promising build-up play there by New Zealand. Just missing out on that kick there. Ball just getting knocked back on and knocked on. But I got to say this, you know, this is what these early rounds are about. If you've not had the yards, you've not had the games, it's about getting those combinations. You can see Dylan Brown just trying to work those combinations with Kenny Bromwich, with Charles Nickel-Klokstad. And it's starting to look pretty good. They're starting to get their timing right.
Lebanon had the one warm-up game last week, beating Wales 38-22, and New Zealand that hit out against Leeds at Headingley. Tribute game for Thomas Luluwai, part of the celebration. It's a 74-0 scoreline. It's quite a barrier trial, if you will, in racing parlance. Penalty here for offside. It is a
Lebanon, you need to stop being offside.
New Zealand will keep the fire burning in attack here. Smith, Tarpany. Just a superb season, Joseph Tarpany. Here he is with Smith, and they crash, or attempt to crash through with Fisher Harris. A real test of the Lebanon goal line defence. Smith clears it for Brown. Left foot step on show. Clipped a little high, was it? I'd be surprised if shot at goal is the mode. It's keep it going here. They probably sense they've got Lebanon on the rack. So Brown will take the restart. Fisher-Harris is ready to go again at them. 4 metres away from the line. And a 6-all
Do
score
not
line.
let them score,
This quarter
Lebanon.
is almost complete. Rami had to hang on over the top there. Another quick play to the ball. They're winning the battle on the ground, the Kiwis. And 4 defenders there for Lebanon to prevent the try being scored.
Jesus, he had 4 defenders all over him.
From the Cedars so far. Big Nelson is out there now. Brown to the right, and Manu off the right foot. Almost able to flick it back there. He got past Dwayhe in defence. Hiku and Brown and Foran. Here he is, Nelson. Nelson Asifa Solomona from the Melbourne Storm in the NRL. 11 metres away from the line. Smith, Foran, Brown floats it over the top.
Oh, it's going to be a try.
And
No,
suddenly
we're going to mess it up.
Defence again is tested. Kept alive by Mulatalo. Foran's kick is low. Hiku getting through. The ball is taken back over the dead ball line. But it will.
How will Lebanon not concede more than 1 try?
That's quite a courageous play with so little room between the dead ball line and the fence to go the flying dive through and knock back.
It certainly is, but I've got to take my hat off to this Lebanon scrambling defence. They're absolutely everywhere. They scramble to the right-hand side of the field, and they've got the energy to jump back in as well.
Hiku's work was sharp, but Dwayhe there to save the day for Lebanon.
Can they handle this pressure?
6-all scoreline. Look, they're going short kickoffs. They'll go short dropouts as well. Dwayhe's gone again. He's got the distance. Rapana's got the ball, though. Don't mind it. They've brought a tactic to the World Cup, and they're sticking to it. And it's worked for them a couple of times.
You see it a lot in rugby union as well, don't you?
Tarpany to play at 10 metres away from the Lebanon line. Smith takes them right. Then the run for Papali'i. Burrows hard.
Nearly a try for New Zealand, folks.
Now. Smith. Asifa Solomona. Right on the Lebanon goal line. Smith again. And changes his mind a couple of times. And then the late offload. There'll be no.
Oh my God, what a brute. What a brute.
Slam dunks the ball down. The grandstand shakes a little. And New Zealand have their second try and the lead for the first time.
You've got to put that down, just a pure New Zealand power. There was not a lot of skill involved in there. You saw Papali'i taking the line on, just coming up short. Then Brandon Smith once again taking it on, and then being able to offload the ball to.
Here is just quickly to let you guys quickly see what he was playing as well. So you guys can see that quickly.
Stays alive.
And there you go, folks. And hopefully we get.
His second try as a New Zealand international, Nelson. He actually scored on his test debut at the last World Cup, and now he's got his second try here. I think he enjoyed that.
He certainly did. But look at the strength of Brandon Smith. Is there another man, pound for pound, as powerful as him?
Oh. He's a determined customer, Brandon Smith. I said earlier, they are winning on the ground at the moment, New Zealand. Suddenly the quick play the balls, and they're starting to hurt Lebanon, as gallant as they were there. If you can't slow them down, there's going to be problems. Rapana successful. Do a lot of kicking at Canberra during the NRL season, but did kick for New Zealand in the mid-year test against Tonga. There you have him, Nelson Asifa Solomona on show in Warrington.
I think one of the telling factors also is when you do, what do we see?
It's now 12-6, folks, in favour of New Zealand.
That takes out of you. And I think it's really smart right now. The Lebanese players are not running back to halfway. They're taking their time. They're dictating the pace of this game. They don't want it to speed up. They don't want New Zealand to get into a rhythm. They want to make it messy, make it ugly. They should kick the ball
He
out,
plays for Melbourne Storm.
dictate and take the game down and make sure that they are playing at their speed.
He weighs 150 kilograms, which is 18 stone and 2 pounds.
Why not? It's working for them. I was saying.
And he's sick.
Is that Michael
You're going to be shocked in a minute. He's 6'7".
With it. Rapina's there again. Little bobble. He's come up with a ball.
But he weighs nearly about 18 stone.
But it's a rehearsed move. And they show no signs of letting up.
18 stone, 2 pounds.
Fisher Harris.
Jeez.
Well, his runs have been shades of the grand final
Wow.
a couple of weeks ago in the NRL. Fisher Harris. Now Manu with it. And after a sluggish start, they are now on song New Zealand. There's no doubt about that. They're making a lot of metres.
Come on, Lebanon.
And of course, that's the risk of the short kick-off. If it doesn't come off, field position for your opponents. Asava Solomona with the ball.
You can also see the New Zealand camp. Everybody's on the front foot. They're all expecting a break or something might happen.
Foran's kick. Carraz is there. Miski's there. It's bounced away for the Kiwis. Brown got it. But Atkins has ruled New Zealand knock on. They've got no challenges to go to. So ball the way of Lebanon. Referee Atkins had a good view of it. And back will come the Cedars. These two sides. Same group as Ireland and Jamaica. Ireland beating Jamaica today. Lebanon now just outside their own 20. They probably need big input from their bench. They're flagging a little at the moment. Carraz twisted back there. Some of the Cedars not too happy about the tackle. Asava Solomona gets in the face of Jacob Carraz.
Wow, he's kicking off now.
You are fighting out of your weight division, young man. Show the big fella respect.
It's now kicking off.
Call him sir.
He's having a laugh.
Seriously. Oh, he's got him.
Wow, Solomona went and actually got him in the head.
Nelson Asava Solomona, I'd put his bin out on garbage night. He'd be Mr. Asava Solomona to me. Don't make the big bloke angry. Here's Moses, kicking from outside the 40. Carry on that. Militalo's underneath it.
That's not going to help Lebanon. It's not going to help Lebanon by just kicking all the time. You're not playing rugby union.
10-metre zone. And we've had 28 and a half minutes. Good entertainment, this one. 5th game of the World Cup. On a day where there have been victories to Italy and to Ireland. On the back of what we saw yesterday with England and Australia. We're here to see if the third of the heavyweights can win here. A set restart for the Kiwis. Just got to be impressed with what you're seeing from James Fisher Harris, Robbie. He really is one of the premier front rowers in our game now.
He certainly is. Every time he runs the ball with essence. Everything's coming at you, and he leaves it all in that tackle.
Now Smith on the run. Left on the
These New Zealand players are quick.
For Lebanon. He's back up now. Tarpany with it, centre ground. And an offload for Papali'i. Not sure where the pass came from. Manu with it. Inside the Lebanon 20. Lovely stepping from Manu. Wasn't able to pass right at the death. But again, the pressure is intense. And straight out of dummy half. And plunging over to score.
Another try, folks, to New Zealand.
Who it is. Who is over for New Zealand. Quick play the balls again. Lebanon on the ropes.
That's right, a great example there of sustained pressure, just running out of acting half, keeping the pressure in and around the tiring players around the ruck, keeping them on their back foot. Joey Manu there just keeping the ball alive, and everyone knows that he can pass the ball out of anywhere. You see the lineup, everybody jumps out wide. Peter Hickey just able to just squeeze over there.
He once was a wolf. Peter Hickey, short stint with Warrington. And here he is scoring. Actually, he scored a hat-trick at the last World Cup in the Kiwis match against Scotland. Not a prolific try scorer by any means, Peter Hiku, but again another rugby league professional. He's done a terrific job with the Cowboys this year.
Boo! We don't mention that team. Shite.
Great building of pressure from New Zealand. They've decided to go the physical route.
They were talking about they were talking about New Queensland Cowboys. Didn't go and suck eggs.
A lot of energy out of the Lebanese players. You can see their forward pack starting to tire now. You watch New Zealand will start to pour the pressure on. Backs, outside backs, the big outside backs are coming in, starting to take a little bit.
If they were that good, they can't finish above Cronulla in the league. Unlucky it.
Really to dig in deep and try and slow it down. Get to half time.
Responsibility on Jordan Rapana. As I say, not a first choice kicker necessarily in the NRL. He's more or less dabbed that one over. He didn't over-club it, did he? He's just picked the right club to go the distance to get him to the hole, if you like.
It was almost lazy, wasn't it? Just sort of
What?
there and just give it a good chop. He's a lot more accurate than I am with their pitching reach. Great work there by Peter Hiku. Just good power. And I think you see it looks like good power when you have a tiring forward pack. And that's what we've got at the moment. The Lebanese have done a fantastic
Oh, now we're gonna have some hard hitting challenges.
Just on the goal kicking, Rapana has now kicked more goals for New Zealand in 2 games this year than he kicked in all this year for the Raiders. He only kicked 7 goals for Canberra this season. That is the long short kick-off from Lebanon that time. In the meantime, there's
Oh my God, there's a fight going on.
the play continued, and all I saw was one of the Lebanon players thrown to the ground.
It should be off then.
Tempers simmer.
Yeah, but he was nowhere near the ball.
Kalachi's in the middle.
I think it's Big Nelson again.
So watch what happens. Here it is, Kalachi, and there it was. Well, come on. I said don't make the big fella angry. No one's taking my advice.
Don't poke the bear, do you?
No, that's it. No. Just
Leave him in
here it is. Oh, no, well, Nelson bumped him, and Kalachi's taking none of it. Nelson has just given him the WWE move into the turnbuckle. As for Solomon, I don't know about the bump with it. I don't know whether any of it warrants anything, to be honest. But if you're going to say first infringement, it's Nelson who had no right to bump Kalachi.
There's a little bit of contact just before that bump. Chest on chest stuff.
Yeah, let's just play on. Let's play on. That's right.
It's
That's right.
nonsense.
It's nonsense. Beautifully
Carry
put,
on.
Brett Atkins. It's
Why does this referee think that referee thinks that incident is nonsense?
So we play on.
I don't like that call.
It's good. It's good.
Just crack on.
That's it.
So you're gonna allow rugby players to be violent?
Here he is. He's become the villain quickly. Asifa Solomona. Now Tarpany.
He's having a great game. He's struggling.
If that was in rugby union, that would be in a straight sin bin. In rugby union, if you do any fighting in it, you straight away you get a sin bin. They're a lot more strict to him because they're a lot more stricter.
What New Zealand are doing here. High ball. Hitler has knocked it forward. And Lebanon are back with it. They're hanging on. It's not a piece of rope. It's just a thread they're hanging on to at the moment. There's 3 or 4 players.
1-0 rugby union.
As they toil their way out of their 20-metre zone here. And without any sort of go forward, suddenly Moses is not into the game. Nor Dwayhe, their star halves. And it is a very good pairing.
And it's hard to get a good kick away as well. I mean, you have to go really deep. If the opposition's defense is getting in your face, to get a good kick away, get good field position, that's tough.
Time, Fisher Harris in the tackle, hung on for a fair amount of time on the Shah, who's out there in jumper 10 for Lebanon. All revved up, ready to go. Moses attacks the shot.
Come on, Lebanon.
Kick, and back it comes, and wow, Mulatalo, he went quick back.
Bayern Munich,
Manu and the Kiwis with a bit of attack from inside their own 20.
Bayern Munich 5, Freiburg 0.
Fisher Harris has been taken from the field for New Zealand, uninjured, scheduled interchange.
New Zealand were lucky there. We were just talking about Mitchell Moses not being able to play, but he actually got the opportunity. They had a 3-on-2 with New Zealand. Just
Oh, my.
execute.
Oh, Milano 1-1.
The New Zealand side, they bring Marata Niukore into the match at Parramatta. In the back half of the season, he was a starter in the Eels side that made the grand final. He's coming off the bench here.
Jeez.
Big ground down the middle now. And then the ball is stripped away.
Jesus, this New Zealand side, as soon as
As
they lose the ball, they're literally that quick.
Shot at goal from centre field. Moses trying to slow things down.
New Zealand are desperate to speed things up.
So, from the tap. And Asifa Solomona taking 3 defenders to have a crack at him. They grab a leg, an arm.
Just burns so much energy.
Brown, short pass. And Niukore will play it. He's off to the New Zealand Warriors next year. Brown right side, foreign right foot step. Brown trying to bring some speed off the mark. He's only 4 metres away from the Lebanon line. It is 3 tries to 1 at the moment. It could be 4 in a matter of seconds. They have taken over total control of this game, New Zealand. Brown, Foreign, Smith, and then kept going. Kenny Bromwich away.
Oh, nearly.
Defence from Lebanon covering the width of the field. Last tackle, the Foreign kick between the uprights, and a lovely catch at the back. That is some save from Dwayne. And Lebanon back from the 20-metre zone.
Dwayne.
Give them a pat on the back.
They scrambled hard once
Defended
again.
inside their own 20.
They certainly did. They scrambled hard and they've got the just desserts for it. New Zealand are really starting to up their game. They're trying to up tempo, the speed of the play of the balls. They're pouring everything on Lebanon, and Lebanon are just hanging on. They're doing themselves proud. I mean, you got some tired players out there. We saw it before. They had 4 players trying to get back on side after the 3rd tackle.
Penalty helps the cause as well. So Moses puts it into the south stand here. 5 metres inside the New Zealand half. Bazaz out there for Lebanon, wanting a quick play the ball. He's left 2 on the ground for the Kiwis. In fact, Tarpany is hurt here for New Zealand. Not sure what the problem is.
Well, New Zealand have got a man down.
Kiwis. And time off for the injury here. It's been split. Joseph Tarpany. A fair deal of claret coming from the head here, if not the beak. The nose of Joseph Tarpany.
I think a little bit of friendly fire happened then. 2 of the Kiwis coming in together, head on head.
So, here it is. Let's watch it again. Joseph Tarpany. And oh, boy. Yeah.
Big Nelson.
And there it is, Nelson 10.
Big Nelson's bombed straight on the...
See, Nelson's big everywhere. I've said that before. And
It's...
Yeah, again, he gets involved. There's Solomona, he gets involved yet again.
silly as well, because your eyes puff up like panda bear. But, I mean, it's not...
That guy seems to be everywhere.
It's not pretty to watch either.
Paul, an interesting take on the misfortunes here of Joseph Tarpany.
Well, I've had my nose broken a few times. Exactly that type of play.
Don't tell me it's raining here in Warrington, is it? Oh my goodness. Who would have thought? I think it got sunshine in Warrington. There we go. Maguire. Have to do a little reshuffle here. I don't know. You entitled to keep the clock off here with the bloke dealing with the bloodied nose?
Yeah, he's going to have to go off.
Joseph Tarpany will go from the field.
That's a big blow for New Zealand. He was getting some real purchase for Joseph Tarpany.
Yeah, well, he stats 11 hit-ups for 93 metres, dozen tackles as well. I mean, there's quality and quantity about Joseph Tarpany's work. And he's brought NRL form into Game 1 of the World Cup. So Britton Nakora will come out there, a representative from the Cronulla Sharks in the NRL.
Hey!
Lebanon pass, not precision at all, and they squander a chance there. Don't even get to tackle number one.
Come on, Lebanon.
There by Papali'i, offloading, and then Nickel Klukstad with the ball over halfway. This was the error. Moses pass and doesn't find Miski, who'd come in all the way from the left wing. And now more of the same for New Zealand. They've just got to find a way, Lebanon, to get through the next 2.5 minutes. Defending, Asifat Solomona, falling and passing. Bromwich to Nickel Klukstad.
So impressed with Lebanon's scramble defence. They're keeping a tight defence to deal with New Zealand's size, but when New Zealand move it, they scramble so hard. They're not giving up.
Now Smith proving quite a handful and kept alive for Papali'i. Loses the ball, play on the call, no. It has gone forward. It was play on if Lebanon came up with the ball, and that's quite a let-off for the Cedars.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream.
Was building again. Papali'i, they're just running a really good line, trying to get that offload. Maybe a little bit. New Zealand's trying to overplay just a little bit. You can easily go to ground there and start to.
But you also got to think we've had a stoppage in play because someone got a blooded nose and because one big nearly 7-footer tried to have a fight.
Offloads as well in this first half by New Zealand, but still a really strong effort from Lebanon. A massive underdog here. Scored the first try of the match. To only be 12 down at halftime, given the way the Kiwis have played the last 20 or 25, I think is a pretty good effort. Kiwis out there with dummy half roll now. Mikey Tanous from the West Magpies under 21s back in Australia. See here, not a whole lot of energy in this set. They are very much limping to half time.
What a kick!
As Moses kicks long, Mulatalo. Still time for the Kiwis to post a fourth try. Mulatalo. A bit of ducking and weaving by him. He could develop to be one of the personality players of this World Cup, Ronaldo. He's a wonderful young man. Loves the game, loves living the dream of a rugby league player, and here he is representing the Kiwis. 10 metres inside the Kiwis half. Smith goes long. Hiku kept it going for Rapana. He's got Nakora on his outside, couldn't find him. They're 12 metres inside the Lebanon half. Final seconds of the first half. Manu attacks. Ball doesn't find the mark. It's another Kiwi error to go to half-time. They've scored 3 tries to 1. They'll be happy, but no, there's big room for improvement. And Lebanon will be proud, but know that it's going to be...
Half-time, folks. 11-6.
Half-time.
New Zealand 18.
It is New Zealand 18, leading Lebanon 6. Stand by to get an interview on ground. New Zealand ranked number 1 in the world coming into the tournament. And playing Lebanon, who are just their 3rd World Cup. But a quarter-finalist in 2017. New Zealand have tasted success before in the Cup. They won back in 2008. A very disappointing campaign 5 years ago. Losing their last 2 matches and knocked out in the quarterfinals.
There you go, guys. There you go, folks. That's for you guys to vote on what you guys think of the first half.
Is in the tunnel. Let's go to Jenny right now. All yours.
Congratulations. First try from Lebanon, and you guys held New Zealand for what, 24
What?
minutes? Are you happy with how the first half's gone?
Yeah, it's gone really good for us. I mean, a few silly errors down there. Want to play a bit more this second half, but yeah, defensively, really happy with it. They're the world number 1s, and
That's true. Good first half. I will agree with that. A lot of entertainment and a lot of fighting.
Yeah, just defend well. We're not going to throw a lot of footy at us. There are some big boys to the middle. So
From that Solomona.
we're going to get the footy, throw the ball around, and just try and score some points. Thank
versus Lebanon. Half-time, 18 points to 6. Let's take a look at some match stats then. Okay then, so New Zealand 73 play the balls as opposed to Lebanon's 44, which is what you'd expect for the attacking side, the side that are in the lead. And complete sets 20 compared to Lebanon's 11. Total meters gained 625 as opposed to 328. Again, New Zealand starting to dominate really in this first half. Average meters gained 5 on both sides, and passes, 114 for New Zealand and 64 for Lebanon. So, I'm joined by Robbie Hunter-Paul again. Robbie, what did we make of that first half?
Look, I thought it was a great first half for both teams. Look, Lebanon came up with the unknown factor. They did short kickoffs, going to the line, throwing the ball around, and I thought they just did a fantastic job of really scrambling hard on defense as well. They've done their homework. I put a big question mark on that try right there. I saw a Lebanese hand touch that ball last. Well, but, the refs are never wrong. Yeah, they're more higher qualified than I am.
And Kenny Bromwich got over next, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Just pure strength here by Joey Manu. He's able to keep the ball alive. Ball to Kenny Bromwich. And when he's that close to the line, there was a 2-metre gap there. He just stuck his nose down and made sure that he got over. But, this is what we were talking about, Lebanon just falling off on a number of tackles. And it's probably why New Zealand's had so many sets. They've been able to promote the ball and get these back-to-back sets. It will take its toll. I don't think New Zealand's going to be too upset about how things have gone, purely and simply as they know that the energy levels of Lebanon will be...
So what game have you been watching? That's a bit of a silly thing to put.
Smith, 3 players, and he's no right to get the ball away there. Big Nelson, I saw for Solomona. I mean, that's a gift for a front rower.
How can the first half be better when literally it's 18-6? You can't get any better than that. I put in one of the polls, what do you guys think of the first half? The one vote is could be better for the first half. How can the first half be better when you've literally seen about nearly 4 or 5 tries? So basically, whoever's put that does not know rugby, and should think again before he makes that decision. Do I actually think it could be better? And I bet you this person is doing that because New Zealand are winning. Because the actual game is actually exciting to watch, because you still don't... Because Lebanon are actually giving it a right good go. But the only thing is, the one thing with Lebanon you just need to learn, just don't keep giving it to Mitchell Moses to kick it all the time, because then you're just giving it back to New Zealand. And you're not going to get anywhere by doing that.
Short as well here. Interception. Tago's away. I don't think they're going to catch Isaac Tago. Tompkins will do his best, but Isaac Tago. They needed a gift, they got a gift. Samoa had their first try. It's the young Penrith Panther who's finally got them on the board. Does that lift their mood? We shall see. I was just about to say, it's all England needed to do was have a settler set, but unfortunately Wellesby's looking for, that pass. It's worked for him in previous occasions, but this time he just picks the wrong man. Mike Cooper working the way down the middle. Williams came off his legs. Referee says play on. Williams dragged down in the end by Luai, but England find themselves much closer than they might have been. There's another Samoan player down. Spencer Lenius down in back play. England are going through hands. to Radley playing in the dummy half position now. Chris Hill takes it on. England are looking for more. They want some more. It's pumped out towards Harvey forward. And Harvey forward is the latest start to make a name for himself. There's the try. There's the celebration. And there's the England win.
You know on the field, you know how the defence are. I think they know they can score now.
Big, muscular effort from Whitehead. Has he got it in? Oh, look at that for a celebration. He'll tell you I'm over.
For the try.
Yep, we'll just freeze frame right there. Thank you. Yeah, Elliot Whitehead maintains possession, grounds the ball. Thanks, Director.
That's a try. He knew he scored.
Try confirmed. There you go. Try confirmed. Here comes Mackinson. Gonna go on the outside. He's got the pace. They're killing all forward pass. No, the referee says play on. The referee says play on. And Elliot Whitehead has scored again. England have gone from back to front. They're over once more. Whitehead with a second. English Rugby League is having a party.
Having a party. They're getting the new tags of favourites after this performance.
It's just been outstanding from all of them. So exceptional, it's proud to be.
Williams with a kick to the corner. Here they go. Mackinson! Mackinson! The latest to join the celebrations. Muted for the moment because the referee's going to the big screen.
Clean pickup, remains in the field of play. Thank you, Director. I've seen all angles to make my decision.
Take it out on it. Oh, they're going again here, England. They're going again here. They're pulling forward. Back to Radley. Radley with a pass to Tompkins. Samoa's defence is at 6s and 7s. England stop, but there's one play to go. There they go. Williams in. Williams over. England unstoppable. The World Cup charge has started here today. England with Radley. Radley spinning it left. Burgess! Burgess! Tom Burgess! How long is that list of try scorers now? Burgess over. England up to 58. This is amazing. Mackinson adds the goal after the full-time hooter. Unbelievably. 60 points for England. 6 for Samoa. No wonder he's got a smile on his face. On this biggest stage. World perfect from England. At one of this World Cup. Performed brilliantly. This has been a horrible performance.
Threaded through into backfield and chases on. Crazy! Might just have hit the frontier. What a chase into the corner. Sammy Maloney, who's been exceptional for Cameron this season, has given Fiji the lead. Hunt. To Murray. Now Cherry Evans. Good ball movement here. They split the line. Oh, that's brilliant. Jeremiah Nanai takes his scoring form into the Kangaroo side. Well, Trebojevic led the line on the left-hand side. Through the hands of Cherry Evans, he just passed it on early to Nanai. The Fiji defenders were sliding off, and he just cuts back off his right foot and goes round the full-back. That's what Jeremiah Nanai's been doing in the NRL all year. He's a fantastic try scorer. Oh dear. Josh O'Connor. They've released him into space. He's got support from Munster. He might not need him. Josh O'Connor hits the afterburners for Australia. What a length of the field reply that is. And Josh O'Connor rips his way through the Fiji cover.
And Latrell Mitchell just finds the pass, and the fastest man in a rugby league jersey at this World Cup. Nearly 40 kilometres an hour he clocked up in the NRL this year. Just races away, and once he gets clean away like that, no one can get near him.
Harry Grant is on for Australia. outside shoulder of his man. Too powerful. And Australia get their reward. That was struck off. And it's Latrell Mitchell who finishes off the steering brake. Too quick even for you, Damien. What a finish that was from Latrell Mitchell. They hit the short side Australia. They got so much pace, so much push. And Latrell Mitchell says thank you very much. Harry Grant skipping. Harry Grant opening up himself. What a sort of... And that is fair. 10 errors from the Kiwis in the first half. They had almost twice as many sets as Lebanon. Mitchell Moses remains a key man at looking to keep his side in the match. They get any sort of possession. His kicking game will be a factor. They can keep it down New Zealand's end. They ticked a few boxes, but there's a few more to tick in the second half. The Kiwis under coach Michael Maguire. Great pet Daryl Halligan there with the hood over the top. One of the greatest goal kickers of all time. Part of the coaching staff. 18-6 is the scoreline. We've got all bar a ball and a kicking team to start the second half. Halliwell Jones Stadium here in Warrington will be host to 3 matches during the World Cup. We'll have PNG against the Cook Islands and also Samoa against France to bring to you. There it is. Maguire, wow. Something's happened here. Someone to get off. Just having a look, and it is. They got the players wrong. So he's ordered Babalehi to come off the field.
What?
And the Cora went back on. Second half is underway off the boot of Jordan Rapana. That was an interesting one for New Zealand.
Second half is on the way, folks.
To the 13 they had on the field to start the second half. And Lebanon with first use of the ball now. And it is Mansour, their try scorer with the run. Able to offload a little bit of adventure inside their own 20. Well, I think what we learnt from Lebanon in the first 40 minutes is they will continue to try their hearts out. And I make no apology for saying this. I don't think you're going to see a Samoan-like performance by the Lebanese team here tonight. There'll be no white flag put up.
No, not from what we've seen in the opening 40 minutes of the game. They've just kept coming all night long. It's just whether or not the energy levels can keep at that intensity, which they need to play against a team of this quality. What I want to see from New Zealand's point of view is that that's the spine of their team just working a little more cohesively together.
Towering floating kick by Dwayne here. That is quite the catch at the back from Jamwinga.
What is now check the poll that finished the half off, the half time. End to end, 33%, 33% said exciting to watch, 33% said could be better, and 0% needs sorting out. So whoever said that could be better, they don't know rugby. Because not every game of rugby is going to be exciting.
Early minutes of the first half, they've got an opportunity to do it in the second. This is how the ball was turned over. One-on-one strip. El Zakumet was, and then in turn they've made an error to release the pressure valve on the Kiwis right there.
Is that a game plan of theirs to do one-on-one strips? I think they've been talking about it. I think that's the third one we've seen so far in this game. And New Zealand need to get to the program with that. If they're carrying the ball, they can't carry loose. They need to stay tight, or else they're just going to continue to hand the ball back to Lebanon.
Toulouse for the forward pass on the left. It was in the unforgivable category. 10 metres out from your opponent's line. Full set to work. And the acting half throws the forward pass.
Thank you very much for the 2 likes. I highly appreciate it, folks.
For some of these players, some of them have played at the previous World Cup, but this is one heck of a stage for blokes out there that have never played NRL, haven't played first grade in top tier competitions, and here they are against a a superstar side in New Zealand. Cora there out on the right edge. Work was done at half time on the nose of Joseph Tarpany. 5 short of halfway. Now Smith and Brown throwing short for Kenny Bromwich. And back with Foreign actually played in that 2013 World Cup game here against Samoa, as did Jesse Bromwich. Lebanon with the ball 15 metres out from their own line. Now, for those of you, in particular those in England watching the number 6 tonight for Dylan Brown, I'd probably say to you, think Sean Johnson 2013, because he's showing signs that he will be part of this New Zealand side for a decade, Dylan Brown, and he's got the Sean Johnson step in him. So it's been quite a passing of the baton in the playmaking department for New Zealand. Now Dwayne will kick from inside the 40. He's got the distance on the kick.
Oh, what a kick!
Superb work from Adam Dwayne.
That was a kick and a half.
By Lebanon there.
Absolutely, man. You can just, he gets on the front foot. Joey Manu's just too far out to the right-hand side. And I tell you what, absolutely brilliant work. That's what they needed. New Zealand had given them a really good defensive set. One quick play the ball. The way he gets on the front foot and great kick.
Again, tactics they've brought to the table, Lebanon. They know they can't match the star potential of the other team, but they've brought a game plan and they're putting it out there. Error there. Ball was stripped. Penalty Lebanon. 9 metres out from the New Zealand line.
Lebanon, go for the kick. Go for the kick and just get 2 points.
He's orchestrating absolutely everything, and that gives a freedom to the rest of the players.
Come on, Lebanon, get a try, please.
A cue out of their book.
El Nashar to play at 9 metres away from the line. So right side, Dwayne, Moses, Skip,
Go on. Oh.
5 metres away, Carraz, quick play the ball that time. Well, Zackham held. Moses now. High ball for Carraz. This young fella. He won the Steve Mortimer Award, which is Rookie of the Year at the Canterbury Bulldogs this year. Moses delivers another pinpoint pass. Took a good tackle from the Cora to stop the run of Romanos. And now Lebanon.
Dude! 2! Game on!
The first in the first half. They've scored the first in the second. This is a Lebanon side having a
Please don't say that Mitchell Moses actually played for Parramatta.
first match for them at the World Cup.
Oh no!
Everybody falling into the right positions, everything coming up right, being moved.
They can't do it for Lebanon.
Here we can see that incredible kick by Dwayne there, giving them the opportunity in New Zealand's corner, and just being able to build pressure. They're going out to the right-hand side, come back to the numbers on the left, lead runners, quick hands, try score.
Abbas Miski. Mansell got the first one, so the 2 wingers have scored the tries. They've pulled back within 8 of New Zealand. And this man, Abbas Miski, we mentioned earlier, played half a dozen games in the NRL at Manly before heading to England and playing with the London Broncos and now Wigan. Mitchell Moses will get his second shot.
Oh great, not this Mitchell Moses shite.
Miski, there was a match this year, wasn't there, in the Super League? He got 4 tries against Toulouse in one game. Lovely to get a double here for Lebanon. Got a try-double at the last World Cup in that match against Tonga that they lost in the quarterfinals.
No! He should never have been able to get that in. That is absolutely fixed out of luck.
Oh, he's having a game and a half with Mitchell Moses.
It was luck where the kick was.
Ball in hand. New Zealand just rocking back on their back feet.
It's hard to score.
Space and time. That's respect. That is respect. You know what he can do. He can skip out. He's got an incredible running game.
Yeah, so it's a bit of that's why I say it's luck, because it's very hard to score the kick from there.
Robbie Farah
No, isn't.
Defensive coach Michael Checker overseeing operations. Tony Ray part
Yeah.
of the fold. So they're all buying in here. This fella's had a go to Kazaz coming off the bench. Jalal Bazaz with yet another run. This time Mansour, and they spread it.
Mansour.
20. So there's no easy go for New Zealand here. It's start again this second half. They were able to replenish the energy levels at half time, Lebanon.
It's been part of their game.
Mansour.
No problem with moving the ball
Go on, Lebanon, get some more tries in you.
playing to the edges. I mean, they probably recognise that if they just try to go through the teeth of that big New Zealand pack, it's going to be a long day. The opposite, play to the edge, get a one-on-one, get a quick play the ball.
Knock off there for El Nashar. Right on halfway, Lebanon. Dwayne. Oh, he's got it going again. This one. Interesting trajectory.
Ah.
Manu was under pressure. They were coming at him.
A little bit easier to catch that one for Joey Manu. Even though he had traffic, ball just didn't quite come cleanly off the way his foot there.
Atkins has ruled high tackle. I think the defence here from
PSG are beating Marseille.
off the ground. Yeah. Wow. Moses has got him when he's half a metre.
Neymar, no surprise.
Anyway, we move on, and Asifa Solomona with a ball for the Kiwis. Head contact, can't disagree with the referee, he has to blow a penalty. Moses thought he had a case. 40 metres away from the Lebanon line with Tarpany. We saw a great opening spell from Fisher Harris. We wait for his second stint in the game. Foreign, and with it is Manu.
Do not let New Zealand get another try.
Just outside the Lebanon 20. Kiwis looking to come straight back after conceding that try. Kenny Bromwich with it. Fenn down in front. And Brad Morkos there, the young Raider. It's a big step up for him tonight. Straight away to dummy half. Nickel Klukstar, they caught them offside. Well, that's interesting. We were told there would be no set restarts for offside. Maybe that's reflex action from Atkins there. Foreign goes wide out. Manu kept it going for Hiku with a little shuffle. A little close to the corner. Conditions a little slippery now. You want to stay away from those sidelines. Foreign and Smith for Brown. And then Nickel Klukstar wrapped up again by outside in defence of the Cedars. Smith with it. Tarpany for the Kiwis. 5 away from the line, you can make it 3. Fourth tackle down. Crash run at the line. But somehow Lebanon
Come on, Lebanon.
away to stop the onslaught. That was Niakore who went close. Then Foreign is held up. And that's a mighty effort from Lebanon.
Yeah, to take nothing away from Lebanon's defence here, but just there's an example. New Zealand just not quite singing from the same hymn sheet in the halves. The kick wasn't set up. Players are kind of getting over each other. And New Zealand keep resorting to this power play, trying to muscle their way over the line. It has worked for them, but I think I'd like to see some of the halfback play and joining up with a little bit more, a few more of the set plays out wide. It'll come.
With it off their own line. Again, they're a little fired up, the Kiwis. The fact that they're not quite on song and attack. Robinson with the ball. He's 35 years of age now, Robinson. Another campaign here at the World Cup. Set restart goes the way of the Cedars. Solomona slow to clear there. Moses, whoa, he gets collared there by Nickel Klukstar. Now Dwayne away from Nickel Klukstar, who, by the way, he's also got a bit of Norwegian heritage. So if Norway make it somewhere down the track in the World Cup, he'll be the first picked. Here's Manu. Last tackle. And Moses.
Come on, Lebanon.
Linking up, nice hands along. And this time Mansell, kick back in field. Lots of Cena's jumpers there. Ball
Oh, fuck off, Lebanon.
the goal line, but the daring of Lebanon is on show again.
So exciting once again. Mitchell Mose just kicks out. He slips out. He understands that the New Zealand winger's gone back for the kick. Release the space, and this is anybody's ball. Unlucky.
Beautiful range on the kick from Mansell. That was a beauty from the sideline. And New Zealand under pressure with ball in hand.
Lebanon can sniff something here. They're sniffing something.
Oh, Robbie, I think you're hopping off the Lebanon bus here.
Caught up in a dream.
28 metres away from their own line, New Zealand.
Come on, Lebanon. Do not let New Zealand score a try.
Round now. The Lebanon players, El Mashar, he was tripped over in the support. Now Manu, a little bit of stepping, one-handed carry. Manu was with the
Do not let us score a try. Fuck's sake.
Joey Manu back to Dylan Brown.
Ah, try for New Zealand, folks.
Puts a stake in the ground for what could be a claim to be player of the tournament a month down the track.
Ah, I was hoping the comeback was on.
From superstar to megastar over the last couple of years, that man Joseph Manu.
So strong. You know, it's a commentator's curse. As soon as I say I'm smelling something from Lebanon, what happens? Players come on. Joseph Manu, you can see Smith just gets out acting half there. Powers through the tackles once again. And Joseph Manu's got no right here. He's got absolutely no right. The ability to keep your feet at that point as well. And great work from Dylan Brown there, doing what every good halfback should do, trail up the middle of the field.
A little bit of Roger Tuivasa-Sheck about all of that from Joseph Manu. He's just an incredible player now. You can play him centre, he gets to play a lot because James Tedesco is the first choice fullback, quite obviously at the Roosters, but he's filled in at 5'8" before. He is just a mega star. That's what he is. It wouldn't matter what numbers on his back.
Box office, right? You love going, as soon as he gets the ball in his hand, you know that he's got one of those big giant pits as well. You know, the big giant mid-hand that actually just it looks like a Harlem Globetrotter when he's promoting the ball.
Joseph Manu, 26 years of age, and maybe the best is still to come, and that's what's scary as Rapana puts it over for 24 points to 12. But the try all about the setup of Joseph Manu. It's precocious talent, really.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to deal with his footwork. And then once you've dealt with his footwork, you've got to deal with his power. Once you deal with his... If you've not dealt with his power, he's got his speed. He's got everything.
Fans here at Warrington tonight will go away knowing
I've never seen that happen at a football game before for a delay.
to see so many clubs represented here too when you mix with the fans that have come
The whole City versus Birmingham City game today was delayed because the goals were too big. They are currently being sawn 2 inches smaller, and that was at the ground.
They have only one team, but they fly the rugby league flag up in the East Midlands. So good on you, the Boston.
So the game got delayed because the goals were too big.
They're my club. One of my clubs.
You're a bossy.
I've got a lot of clubs. More clubs than a golf pro, I'll tell
And
you.
you lay your hat.
But the Boston Buccaneers, good luck to you fellas. You're one team. You keep doing your bit for rugby league.
New Zealand seem to have clicked into another gear now.
This is the sort of play they got going in the first half, and only Errors pulled them up. Chip over the top. It's Manu again. He's got the ball back again. Joey
Oh my God, what a try.
What a play. Joseph Manu. Forget
The guy was doing spins and tricks and everything.
Joey Manu's putting on the best show in the UK today. He's the best footballer here right now.
What have we just seen? We saw everything we were just talking about.
What?
In one play right there. He picks the ball up on the head, on it running. He chip kicks over. Sidesteps, spins out of the tackle, then out muscles the player and speeds his way to the try line. That's ridiculous.
Did I tell you a few minutes ago he's good?
That's ridiculous.
What's next up from megastar? So you go superstar, megastar. What's after that?
That's ridiculous.
Oh, this is a play.
Give up some of your skill. That's just greedy. Look at the balance there. The strength, the power, the balance, the step. That's not easy. Try doing that.
Because they might not need it.
Another tackle, running, punching off players.
I tell you what, as he did that, flashback, 2013 World Cup against Sonny Bill Williams. Remember that run? He did all of that, except for the chip over the top. And then he slipped over the dead ball line and he became Sonny Blue Williams with a mistake. But Joseph Manu, he got it right there. I mean, that is some couple of minutes, isn't it? I mean,
It certainly
that's
is.
amazing play. 2 tries back to back.
You know, New Zealand strove in, cometh the hour, cometh the man. That's exactly what you need from your big game players.
So Rapin again with that sort of dab kick over the black dot. But Joseph Manu, again, we stress to you, this guy does not play fullback week to week. He's just an incredible player with the one on his back.
I mean, but for the Sydney Roosters, this is a guy you got to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. The centre position is one of those positions where you get it in your hands really as least as possible. But, you know, we know
That's
how good
right.
he is.
Yeah, the wingers get the ball more than the centres these days. Manu, what a moment in Warrington. Away he goes. Short kick off again. But New Zealand have found the answers to that now. And they have scored back-to-back tries. And look who's with the ball. It is that fellow by the name of Joey Manu. So I think Robbie Farah's been sent off here. Robbie Farah's been sent off by referee Atkins.
Wow. Someone sent off.
Well, this is interesting.
Someone sent off.
And now, Dwayne,
Somebody sent off.
sideline. What has happened here?
Even the commentators don't know.
Adam Dwayne
Sent off for 10 minutes.
A player for Lebanon's been sent off.
So there's some dramas here with Lebanon.
But nobody knows why he sent off.
And they are down a man now. I mean, Grant Atkins, it seemed like a very frustrated referee, Grant Atkins there.
What, was it dissent?
You can only imagine that he maybe got both barrels from both player and trainer. I'm not sure. So here comes James Fisher-Harris for the Kiwis. We'll work it out later. What we do know, New Zealand are threatening to post a third straight try here. They've got it to the corner. And this time the scramble can't stop Rapina going over. The veteran Jordan Rapina scores for the Kiwis.
It's now 34-12, folks.
Built a little here. It is 3 consecutive tries to New Zealand.
I think this is the energy battle here. New Zealand just sitting a platform in the middle of the park and then just able to play numbers. That man, once again, Joey Manu picking out Jordan Rapana out on the right-hand side in space, just out the back there. You can see Joey Manu, yep, the 3-on-1 position. Jordan Rapana, he doesn't need an invitation to the try line.
It's proving to be quite a profitable night in terms of points for Jordan Rapina. Now 33 years of age. They've got a few 30-somethings in their side. The captain, of course, Jesse Bromwich, Kieran Foran. They're very much veteran class, but that's probably one of the features of this side. There is some young talent coming through, the likes of Dylan Brown, just 22 years of age, and then you got Blake's 11 years his senior in the side.
I mean, I think that's a great example of, you need that balance.
Confirmation it was dissent from Adam Dwayne, but I just wonder the circumstances of it.
Wow, so the player got sent off just for dissent.
Play, for all intents and purposes, was going to just keep going, but Grant Atkins reacted. It must have been quite, as we put it in Australia, quite the gobful.
Well, you were talking about how New Zealand had adapted to it. What they did was they put a screen on. They didn't move, and what happened was the Lebanon players ran into that screen and all fell to the ground, and I think that was the trigger.
So you're acting as legal defence now.
So the player got sent off just for saying something to a ref. Got dissent. Fuck off. That is disgraceful, ref.
Never given me that platform before.
All right, so now Dwayne has to throw it over to Mitchell Moses. What's his kickoff going to be? He goes long.
Oh my God, Mitchell Moses has just kicked the ball out of touch from the kickoff. Fuck off, he can kick that far.
Kicked it into tomorrow with that
Nah, that is ridiculous.
He booted it into.
Still going.
Yeah, that's right.
That is ridiculous kicking. That is ridiculous.
Went that far. This is a chance for 4 straight tries for New Zealand now. And I say it again, I think this is a Lebanon side suddenly for the first time in the game. They're on tilt. They've lost their way here. Jesse Bromwich on the run.
That guy is on smoke.
8 minutes remaining. 34-12 scoreline.
Mitchell Moses, because they took after the try, he took the kick off and literally kicked the kick out of play at the other end. That shows how far he can kick. Because it's very rare that you can see that. And literally, they're saying that the ball was still travelling. Because the ball literally landed in one of the concourse tunnels.
He's just not up to speed on that. Their timing is out.
It must have gone with some force.
Oh dear. Trisha Harris, I don't know what he thought. He was hanging on the ball. Lebanon with a restart of play, centre field.
So they definitely have got a kicker that can do it. If you can get him near the post, he can get you the points from just kicking over the sticks.
Wingers have tried really hard for Lebanon. Mansour and Miski have played like they had the intention of
The player got sent off for dissent.
This time El Zakem with it.
Which is a bit... I don't think it's stupid because you see a lot of rugby players saying stuff to the ref if something hasn't gone right. And you don't see him getting sent off.
Inside their own half.
But they're also saying it was...
Kick long.
They're saying what didn't help that the referee reacted quite aggressively to it by just not giving him a chance. He just sent him straight off. But nobody knows what else happened.
Skills on show. This time with Hiku. Jeremy Marshall King is out there in his first test match for New Zealand. I don't think there would be any prouder brother tonight on the planet than Benji Marshall. 31 tests for New Zealand to see Jeremy in the black and white. This time the Cora goes off the mark. Feels like the steam has gone out of the game after those tries. Lebanon got back within 6. Kenny Bromwich with the ball this time. 5 tackles up. Marshall King, left side with Brown. Tries chip over the top. Here comes Diggle Klukstad. Here comes Carraz. Lebanon fullback with the ball. He's not in the Manu class, but he's a very promising player.
Come on, Lebanon, get another try.
Fullback for Lebanon. And the set restart this time for Lebanon. And Miski's come in off the wing for yet another run. And just on those stats, we've got Miski with 17 carries of the ball. It's Don Morkos back up to halfway. So the Cedars with Moses, a juggling ball there. All right, shoulder in the tackle, no attempt to wrap. You heard referee Atkins.
Yeah, the game's just gone back into that sort of arm wrestle, hasn't it? You know, something that you see generally at the opening 10 minutes of a game. Whereas this game was actually quite exciting.
Well, let's see if they can.
And New Zealand just seemed to be going through the phases. They did pick up their defence before.
Such is the situation. Obviously, points differential so important in the pool games. Lebanon don't want to lose by a space. They get a third try here. That'll be handy. There's another strip. And this time New Zealand knock on. He's right on it. Referee Grant Atkins.
Great opportunity here for Lebanon. I mean, it's a shame they're a player down. They need everything that they get.
Just go for the... You should have just gone for the penalty and just gone for the sticks.
They've had about, what is the last 3 sets back to back?
It goes to strange places, Robbie. Adam Dwayne descent was in Lebanese. Would Atkins know? Why do it in English? You'll probably get away with it in Lebanese.
he speak, Lebanon?
Adam, sure he can. I'm
That's
just
a
saying,
start.
maybe that's a lesson learned. 20
Hands
metres
away
away
from
from
the
the line.
microphones, okay?
Yeah, well, that's it.
You get into trouble
It
afterwards.
was just a really odd one. It was
So quick.
back of play, and Atkins just reacted. So it had to be a big spray.
It is one of those things that it's a schoolboy error. You know, you're never going to beat the referee.
Now Carraz with the ball for Lebanon.
Wow.
2 metres away from the New Zealand line. And here we go with Abbas Miski again. What an effort he has put in. One of the try scorers for Lebanon. 12 metres from the line. Tanous waiting at dummy half. No speed about to play the ball. Kalachi with a nice little bit of footwork and a roll pass. And El Nashar goes back for it. They are still inside the New Zealand 20. Tanous, right side, Moses, Van Mansour, the wingers again. You don't see the centres. 15 from the line. El Zakum not able to pass there, or he did in the end. Tanous and Moses. Now Kalachi. One man down, just straight.
Come on, Lebanon.
Last tackle. Moses brings Carraz into the play.
Oh, you twat!
Knocked down by the Kiwis. It was tackle count restarts Lebanon.
Great test for New Zealand here. I think they've done 18 tackles on the bounce. Let's see if they can hold them out.
The Cedars with another opportunity. Moses there for Josh Marie. By the same token, Michael Maguire would want to see really solid goal line defence here.
Oh.
Carraz off the left. Lovely flick pass. Tanous kept it alive. Kalachi will have another run at them. So far, so good for the New Zealand defence. In back-to-back sets. Tanous again. He'll have a little go himself. Swamped in the tackle of Marshall King. Still on for Lebanon. Moses and El Zakum with a run. Kenny Bromwich went low. Marshall King over the top. Tanous. Oh, it's put down by El Nashar. Down it goes. And New Zealand back with the ball. Just couldn't keep the pressure up, Lebanon.
They've got to turn and defend now. You know, great work from New Zealand's defense. I think they were really tested then. I counted 22 tackles on the bounce there, back-to-back sets, knocked down, ball going back to one again.
Come on, Lebanon.
And they're able to hold their line. Michael Maguire will definitely be happy with that.
Nelson's just come back onto the field for the Kiwis, and it's time to run. Ronaldo.
Go on, Ronaldo.
With the ball for New Zealand.
You could have gone the whole way, you dick.
Lebanon jerseys coming from every direction. 9 metres away from the line, the Kiwis. Switch to the right side. He wants another.
Let me have my moment.
Ronaldo.
The Kiwis have got two.
And they go, no, you're not allowed.
So the ball with Joseph Manu. He tries to turn on the magic again. Pass on the bounce. Kenny Bromwich at left wing. Kenny Bromwich. Almost plummeted over there. Last tackle. This will be a miracle if Lebanon hang on. That ball over there to Marshall King. Asava Solomona. Back to Marshall King. Then a kick over the top. Everyone's offside. And Marshall King makes the tackle. Lebanon have found the way to hang on.
Oh, they've done a great job there. Lebanon, they scrambled back. They sorted their defence out. They sorted their defence out quicker than New Zealand could sort their attack out. Like I pointed out, you had two backs out here in the left-hand wing. A great break by Mulitalo there. New Zealand is just getting all tangled up in one another and just not getting enough time and space just to set up that next play.
Now there's 8 minutes to go, so second half, you do the math, 16 points to 6. It's not as if the Kiwis have run away with it.
No, Lebanon have not given up, not one little bit. They've kept going. They're still carrying the ball hard now. They're trying to get up the field. They're trying to play rugby league. They're not throwing in the towel.
Some of the tackle counts for Lebanon tonight. El Zakum, Romanos, 33 tackles each. Kalachi, 28. Kick here on the bounce to Ronaldo Militalo. I'm told Kangaroos players went along to Old Trafford today to watch Manchester United play Newcastle, a scoreless draw, but still a great thrill to go to the theatre of dreams. New Zealand twice beaten at Old Trafford in World Cup finals, and here they are attacking 25 metres away from the Lebanon line. Marpana now, centre field with Foran and then Manu. I've lost count of the tackle busts. I'm going to take the socks off now to count. I've run out of fingers. He's had a big night. I think he's got man of the match written all over him, Joey Manu. Brown with it. Kenny Bromwich. Flick pass of Purity. Oh, come on. Referee Grant Atkins pulls the party.
This referee's a dick. This referee's a dick.
Come on, Grant. Something.
Is that to Lebanon?
Great pass though. No look pass behind the back.
This referee's a bit of a dick.
That's an interesting one. I mean, he could mount a case. The player who was contacted, Charles Evans was actually behind the ball carrier. So, you know, it's a decision by the defence to come up that far. Anyway, losing his sleep over it. Lebanon are with the ball 10 metres inside their own half. And Bazaz on this carry.
Oh god, I'm gonna get shocked seeing him kicking again. I'm gonna get shocked when I see him kick again.
And then the ball comes loose, so it's got out of reach as far as any sort of miracle.
That's not a bad kick then.
Errors have crept into their game now.
That comes with fatigue, right?
It does indeed. Is Brown, Militalo. We've got a penalty again. It's a team possession. They could just about draw a curtain on the two teams at the moment. The last 5 minutes has dead set been a dog's breakfast.
Yeah, the last 5 minutes have been the referees blowing up for literally anything that's not even happened.
I think that's smart play there from Mitchell Moses. Yeah, Nickel Cotton said he got upstream.
Fuck off! Fuck off!
But Mitchell Moses made the contact.
Nah,
I think, you know,
nah, the guy,
it's great game.
that guy's on the same level in football as Erling Haaland. The guy's on smoke when it comes to kicking, but he just doesn't score goals. He's got a piece of a boot.
So Moses in centre field.
The only thing I need to see now is I want to see him actually go and have a kick at, try and have a kick at the sticks. See if he can actually do it.
Then Kalachi.
No, but not at the, when they've had a penalty, they've not gone for like to get some points or something, gone for the sticks.
Takes them left and then falling into the tackle.
So I'd love to see what his kicking style is when he does that.
Moses is the key man here. Karaz, Rami, confronted by Foran. Low down was Asifa Solomona. Hiku, the third man of the tackle.
Come on, Lebanon!
Kazi has a little crack himself. And New Zealand on it. Manu's got his hands wrapped around the ball there. Slow play the ball. They will go short side.
Oh, Lebanon!
Tonight. And there you go again. Another error. A team in possession.
I mean,
Yeah.
Their favourite sides, and they're going to that left-hand side. They had the numbers. John Rapana just coming off the
Wow.
but the pass has got to be on the money.
Abusive. But you see that literally in every sport.
The zoom in of the match.
Okay, you know, I've seen some great players tonight. A player for Lebanon that's really stuck out for me has been Mitchell Moses,
Yep.
where he's skipped around, where he's led his team around. Joseph Tarpany, another player who's just led his, carried the ball so
Time
much.
out. You didn't get the answer in time.
Joey Manu.
Ah, what a shame.
Joey Manu is my player of
Answer
the
in
match.
time. Yeah, no, you're right. He's won officially.
Oh, a little bit late. 99
Two
quid.
man of the match.
99 quid.
No, nothing. I'll buy you a pie out the back later. Tell you what's good pie from the Rodney before the game. Good pie. On the back of
Joseph Manu.
sausage roll for lunch. I've gone sausage roll pie, lunch, dinner. Living the dream, folks. Living the dream. Asifa Solomona with the ball. So the Kiwis in possession. They're just confirming. So Dwayne was sent off, not Simbi. He was sent off. Now, sent off for foul and abusive language, not Simbi. A send-off. Hiku kicks the ball through. I presume there wouldn't be a suspension with it. But it'd be a serious blow to the chances of Lebanon if that happened. Karaz now blowing up a tree. Not much is going right for them now, for old Lebanon.
You know what, Bossy? I'm 46. I started playing rugby league when I was 4.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone win an argument with a referee.
No.
Why do it? Why do it?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm waiting for the day where they do win it. It's not going to happen.
Well, I tell you what, this game is limping to the line. Now we've got a captain's challenge with 90 seconds to go. We'll hear about this one.
Video referee to match director, we've got a captain's challenge, and we're looking at the live call of a loss by Lebanon. So, your best angles, please, of the ball. He's in possession of the ball at this point. He's looking to stay in the field of play. In the field of play. The ball's still in the field of play there. And we just roll it through.
Determine whether the tackle is complete.
Just keep it rolling through, please. Yeah, and he loses possession of the ball. That causes two to knock on. Challenges unsuccessful.
Challenge unsuccessful, New Zealand.
There you go. The rule against Lebanon. On the front page of the Beirut Bugle. The decision's gone against them with 90 seconds to go.
I think Karaz was just getting up to say that the New Zealand foot dragged over it then. I think he's got an argument.
Well,
I disagreed with the video ref all
Don't
night.
ever tell Mitchell it ain't going to work arguing.
Yeah.
You know, because Atkins can say, well, the bunker's made the call now. You
Yeah,
know, like,
exactly. It's out of his hands.
it's gone.
Isn't that a great out for referees? I never made the call. Out of
That's
my
right.
hands.
Well, he did. See, Atkins here has said play on, play on, play on, and then, but he does rule knock on, and they challenge it. So,
Yep. Look, he actually looking at it, he's probably not wrong there. But great opportunity for New Zealand. We're talking about points difference.
New Zealand with the last chance. Manu, here he is on the spin. Joey Manu, another off.
That Manu is unreal.
Penalty conceded in possession. Oh, these boys. No casino tonight for you. You're way out of luck. I mean,
Again, same play, another lead runner going through, making contact.
is that the third penalty they have given away in this last 20 minutes while in possession?
In an attacking position as well.
Well, the game's turned into a bludger. I mean, we've got to call it as we see it. Michael Maguire, he should have gone home early.
They don't look happy, do they? They look a bit frustrated.
No, it's not. It's not over the top there from Michael Maguire. That's really frustrated. We often use the term clunky attack. This is clunky with a capital Cl. Now Rami with the ball. So Lebanon will have last use of the football in this one. Lebanon have a big game to play against Ireland.
Yep, you can definitely tell that this guy does not know his sport because he's called it football. You don't call it football, you call it rugby, you twonk.
Set restart.
You can definitely tell he's from Australia or New Zealand because they call rugby football. To us, that's like being offensive because our football is soccer. So it's like being quite offensive to us if you see it in that way. But if you said that to a British person and you were saying that about rugby, then that's being very offensive because rugby in this is just called rugby. So just call it rugby.
But at full time, let the record show the margin is 22.
Full time, folks, 34 points to 12 in favour of New Zealand.
Joseph Manu simply
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. Like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys tomorrow
New Zealand 30.
for the game between France and Greece tomorrow. Like, subscribe with the bell notification.